Yeah. Now see, uh, we are done with like a REST message in integration, right? So now I'm going for the second point. So see, outbound message is done. So trigger the configure put IPA provided by the CAOT. So what and all the information which the CAOT got, it's like and they have given in the document, I have configured all in a REST message. Now the next thing is like an authentication details and then business rules as well. Okay, these two will be, yeah, these two we are going to discuss now in business rule. I have here as well. Yeah, business rule. So in business rule, even I have created with the same name, state. Yeah, um, with my name, right? So here we are going to use like in filters very well while searching. Okay, we discussed about filters as well, right? See, name contains state and created by starts with KK. Okay, so this is my email ID. This is my ID actually in here. Let me open this. So here we are going to configure all the information. It's like an when we are going to hit the third party. So here we are going into conditions and all. Yeah, here we are going to use like an scripting point of view and all. Okay, all the stuff will be covered in like an here as well. Okay, so see, so the on which table we are going to write it, incident table. Okay, so now if I go down, this is like in the condition which I'm going to see. So when it should go, it's like, and we know about like in four types of business rules are there, right? So before, after, sync and display. So now I'm using like an after with whenever the incident got updated. So this is not the creation, right? So whenever the state got changed, then I need to trigger the thing. So changing is nothing but an update, right? After changing this kind of stuff and all, this is like an update. So now, so whenever the incident table got updated, okay, then this business rule get triggered. Now see, filter conditions, a device ID is not empty. So this divide ID is not empty is a default thing which we will use like an for the all the incidents. Okay, if device ID is not empty, it's like an empty kind of thing, then this will go for like a normal incidents which I have showed you before. Okay, so this is like a special view which you have created for the CAOT incident view. Okay, for CAOT incident view, the condition which we mentioned is like a device ID is not empty. Okay, so that is the default thing which we use for CAOT project, must and should. Okay, so now see, state is changed. So whenever the state changed, okay, then this should get triggered. Let's say example, the incident ID of this 463 state got changed to in progress to escalated. Then what will happen, this business rule will trigger. After triggering, what the actions we mentioned here, nothing. So after this is the main point which you just need to concentrate. Okay, in advanced what we do, we are going to write the script over here. What happened, it's not, yeah. So see, this is the script which we have written. Okay, so it's like an easy actually for simple integration script also it's easy. So because let me go to the restive message here. See here we have like an auto generated variable. So when whatever the fields which you are mentioning over here, okay, if you click on the auto generated variables, so here variable subscriptions we have, right? Automatically you will get these fields here and you can test it over here. Okay, that is one of the flexibility which is available in a REST message. Okay, so if you click on preview script uses, okay, you'll get like in what the script you need to put it in a business rule script include wherever you need. Okay, so if I click on this one, I'll get like in one of the sample script, okay, which I can use it. See, where r is equal to, this is what REST message. Okay, if I use this anywhere in the script, okay, then automatically what will happen, it will hit the REST message with the name of a state change Lenovo with the put method as well. So this is what we have created, right? So this is the parent REST message and this is like an put method REST message. Okay, so if I use this line in any kind of scripting part, okay, then automatically it will trigger here and it will hit the third party tools and all. Okay, so see, where response is equal to getting the response also we have this. Okay, so we took this as well. Okay, I'll show you. This is nothing but a JWT token. So this is very rare scenario which a client is going to ask you actually. Okay, so if someone asks you like in what is the difficult task which you have performed in the last 1 year or 2 years, okay, you can say this one and they will get impressed as well. So whenever I explained about the JWT token as a kind of tricky kind of implementation point of view, so this is what I have faced. I explained about the JWT and how I have achieved this one. What and all the obstacles I have, what can we say, came across while developing and all. So I have explained clearly to the interviewer, and they got impressed actually. So they said like, so I have learned a new thing from you on today. They said this and they got impressed. So they appreciated me by it's like an after explaining about like a JWT token. Okay, so JWT token is nothing but they have provided only signing key and then access key. Okay, so basically for the authentication point of view, they will go for like an OAuth 2. So in OAuth 2, they are going to give like an token URL with a certificate actually. Okay, so by configuring that one, we can easily we can get that authentication type will be done, and then we can configure very easily actually. But this is like a kind of tricky kind of thing. The client came up and they are not going to change the type of requirement as well. It's like a type of authentication as well. Okay, and I took like an long hours daily. I worked on this. It's like in 2 to 3 weeks on this actually. But as of now, it's like in looking like a very simple kind of thing. But to develop this one, I tried a lot on this. Finally, I got the successful kind of a response from this block of code, and I'm using this. Okay, so by this is what's from these kind of script from 5 to 19. Okay, so by triggering this kind of thing, we are going to generate a token. Okay, so this token will expire within few seconds as well. Okay, see, I have mentioned like a timestamp as well. So this timestamp, what it will do now, it will expire the thing. So let's say example, it is like in milliseconds of like an or else it's like in 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, if you are not using that token within the time limit, okay, it will get expired. Then this authentication will won't work. If authentication is not working, then rest message also won't work, and you are not able to hit the third party as well. You cannot communicate with the third party as well. Okay, so this is what about the JWT token. So that's the reason here we have like a no authentication actually. Okay, because we are mentioning the authentication in the script itself. Okay, now we'll go for like a normal script which we have discussed in a previous script usage. See, this is the thing which we have mentioned there, right, in the sample kind of stuff which I have showed you here. So these two lines are same actually. So I copied from here these two, and then response as well. See, let me open that as well. See, so this line and the response here. Okay, now we'll go for like the middle kind of thing which I have implemented. So this is nothing but mapping the thing. So state and incident ID. So the state is nothing but their value, and current dot state is nothing but our incident value. So here current is nothing but what is the current table which you are mentioning over here. See, incident table, right? So it will get from the incident table. The state value will be get from a incident table. Okay, incident ID is their value, and the current dot number is the our value. Okay, why we took like a number? So the field value is like a number, the backend value is like a number. Okay, what is state value, backend value here? See, state. Okay, we just need to get the backend value, not the front end value. This is like an we call as a label. Okay, this is like an column name. Okay, so we have mapped that as well, and the headers. So these headers is nothing but content type and accept. This I have showed you in a REST message as well, right? So the headers which you have mentioned is like an content type and application. This is what. Okay, so it's not mandatory to mention here or there. If you mention even the script also, that is okay. If you mention here, that is also okay. If you mention in both business tool and REST message, that even that is also okay. But anywhere you just need to mention it at least once. Okay, and then this is about like an headers as well, and the one more header they mentioned is like an authentication token. Okay, so they are going to get the token which you have generated in a authentication token header. Okay, so this is the script I have wrote actually. Okay, these and all is like a no need to discuss about this. This is what they have come up with like an under requirement. So that is they have mapped like an two more servers as well to our dev instance. So that is about this is what. Okay, later I have separated this one and I created another business rule for all these things. That's why I have commented the script here. Okay, as of now leave about it. Okay, this is the stuff which we just need to implement it. Okay, so now what will happen whenever I have whenever any of the incident state got changed, okay, then what will happen, this will go to the business rule. Okay, when this condition is satisfied, and it will move to the next session of advanced, and it will hit the third party. It's like, and it will get the token automatically. Okay, along with the token we are going to hit the third party by using this script as well. Okay, in this it what we are doing, we have mentioned the headers as well and the request body as well. Okay, and finally we are getting the response too. Okay, so this is the business rule which I have created. Okay, before that I told you like, and we need to for the authentication we need to get like an JWT provider and all, right? Let me go there and we'll show you that as well. See, if it is like a JWT, we have like a JWT key and provider. Okay, you need to configure these two things. Okay, first thing is like an in JWT key, you need to give like a signing key, and then let me open this. Yeah, see, signing key and then key signing algorithm is like, and they will provide you in the requirement as well. Okay, signing key is the main kind of stuff you need to mention over here. Okay, if it is like a normal kind of signing algorithm like 256 or something, okay, you'll get like a signing key store as well. So here you need to dump the certificate which they're going to provide. See, sys underscore certificate. Okay, as of now they didn't provide like a certificate, and they came up with an HMAC 256. Okay, if it's like an HMAC 256, you won't get like a signing key store. Okay, no need to use like an certificate now. Okay, so after creating JWT key, you need to create like a JWT provider. Okay, let me open one JWT provider. Okay, here we need to configure the signing key. See, signing configurations. Okay, after creating and saving this provider ID, sys ID, we are going to use in a script actually. See here, provider ID, sys ID. Okay, if I use this sys ID over here, it will automatically will take the signing key and then secret code as well. Okay, all this information I'm going to get it from there, and this automatically we are going to what we are doing here, we are stringifying the header JSON header and the payload as well. Okay, so after doing this one, I'll get like a token. So this token will hit to the third party tool, and we are going to send it. Okay, and I'll tell you about like an JW, it's like an OAuth 2 also. For this, we need to create like an application registry. Okay, see, system OAuth. If it is like an OAuth kind of thing, as of now, I got like an JWT authentication, right? If it is like an OAuth, what we need to do, application registry. Okay, create one application registry, new one. Mm, content connect to the third party OAuth provider. See, so you need to fill all this stuff. Okay, they are going to provide like a client ID, client secret ID, okay, and token URL as well. Okay, if you want to do any other information, that is fine. So, but these mandatory information they are going to provide you. Not the name. So name is like an Avish. So client ID is client secret and token URL. If they are going to provide this information, just configure over here and save it, and you will get one profile. After saving, I'll show that profile as well. Let me go a bit back. Let me take an existing thing. So after configuring the secret ID and then client ID and then token as well, okay, I'll get like an profile as well. Let me go back. This is not I have configured. Unisys token. Yeah, this I implemented. So see, I got like an profile. See, OAuth entity profile. Okay, this profile will be available in our REST message whenever you configure. Okay, if I go like an OR 2.0, okay, see, here I'll get like an Unisys provider thing. Okay, just after selecting the Unisys token provider, okay, then what will happen? This specific authentication which you have created before will be available in a REST message. Okay, whenever the business will trigger automatically, this will pick the profile as well, and it will take automatically the signing keys and all the credentials which you have provided here, and it will be auto generated, and it will be hit to the third party tool. Okay, this kind of stuff and all is nothing but an authentication point of view. Okay, so now we are done with like an a project point of view explanation for a Rust. Okay, so what we did actually, we have gone for like a Rust message, authentication point of view, and business tools as well. Okay, so we are done with all these things, and what will happen whenever if I change any state in incident kind of thing, it will get like an it will trigger to the third party. Okay, and we are sending this information and we are getting the response as well. I have showed you response to, right? This is what the response. Okay, and HTTP status is nothing but 200. If it is like success, then that is like an 200 as well. Okay, so this is like an clear cut explanation about like an integration kind of thing. If it is like an rest, this will be the main information which we just need to follow. Okay, so know this one. If someone ask about any kind of scenario point of view or as requirement, what you did in the integration, just copy paste it and explain to them. You can say as it is, what I have mentioned now. Okay, if someone asks about what is the request body which you are doing all these things, just say this is a request body which I have used. Okay, a JSON format. Okay, what is the response you got? 200 with the success statement with the same information. Okay, so if you say something like an what is the requirement and what is the kind of implementation which you did, okay, you can say from starting to ending which I have explained you now. Okay, then they will get like an yeah, you did like an integration point of view as well, and they will take you if they give priority on the integration. Or else no, integration is the most important kind of uh, what can we say, concepts which we are going to in service now. Most of the clients are going to use this one. Okay, even you won't believe. So here I'm doing like an integration like anything from last 1 to 1.5 year. Okay, so I'm getting the requirements based on integrations only one by one here. So to do this one, we are going to use like an ITSM concepts and all and integration thing. Okay, so it's like an important. So go to the video twice or thrice. Okay, just get the stuff whatever I have explained you. If you have any queries now, you can mail me as well. Okay, go to the video again. Even then you can get it. Let me know if you have any questions on this. If not, we can go for like an soap. So now we are done with like and see what we discussed. Yeah, project explanation is done and about like an CAOT steps and all. Okay, now we'll go for like an soap. So I'll give like a clear cut about like a soap and difference between rust and soap as well. So that is pending now. Let me know any questions. If not, we'll go.
I think Kiran, once again when we go to video, it will be more clear
Mm.
because
Mm.
there are many things to grasp at one time.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like
I
a
feel.
very
That's
new,
my
right? Yeah,
yeah.
I got you. But don't skip this one. This is very important.
No, not skipping. The only thing is, I we'll have to sit down, create a picture
Yeah,
in front
I
of us
got
that
you.
okay, what we are doing,
I'm
and then
telling you, no,
question.
the importance of this. That's it. I got your point.
Yes, 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 Kiran.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll go for like an soap now. Okay, so what is soap and how we are going to do all these things? So most probably, clients are not going to use the soap API. So if they prefer the soap API, then that is nothing but they are using like an XML as a request body with high security. If they are preferring like an high security, okay, with the request bodies like an XML, then they'll go for like an soap. Otherwise, most probably they are using like an rest only. Okay, just write it down what is soap and how we are going to do all these things and all. And finally I'll go like an difference between soap and rest. Write it down. Just get the knowledge of
Just
SOAP
a
actually.
minute.
Yeah, sure.
Kiran, just a minute. I have not taken any book to take the notes. Can you just hold for 2 seconds?
Sure then.
So,
Kiran, you are on mute.
I'm sorry, I'm speaking like anything. Oh, sorry, guys. Let's get started again. I'm calling you actually, Anil. Can we start? Can we start? And you are in mute, and I thought you were ready. Okay, no problem. Write it down. SOAP. SOAP is nothing but Simple Object Access Protocol. Okay, next line. It is a XML based protocol. XML based protocol which is used for which is used for exchanging information exchanging information between two applications between two applications. Okay, next line. We can use SOAP API. We can use SOAP API to perform thread operations. We can use SOAP API to perform CRUD operations. Okay, so we know about CRUD operations, right? Create, read, update, and delete. Next line. Keep the heading as WSDL. 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 WSDL is nothing but, write it down, web service description language. Web service description language. Web service description language. WSDL, next line, or else comma. WSDL is an XML based. WSDL is an XML based language, or else XML based definition language. XML based definition language. Full stop. It is used for It is used for describing the functionalities of a describing the functionalities of a SOAP based web service. SOAP based web service. Next line. WSDL is often used in WSDL is often used in combination with combination with SOAP SOAP and XML schema XML schema to provide to provide web services to provide web services over the internet over the internet over the internet. Next heading, difference between WSDL and SOAP. Difference between WSDL and SOAP. Write it down. WSDL is a XML document. WSDL is a XML document that describes a web service. WSDL is a XML document that describes web service. Full stop. Next line. SOAP is an XML based protocol. SOAP is an XML based protocol XML based protocol that lets you exchange that that lets you exchange information over a particular protocol protocol between applications. Between applications. Next line. WSDL is like an endpoint. WSDL is like a endpoint. It's like an endpoint. Full stop. Next heading. Prerequisites. What we need before to implement the SOAP API. Okay. So in REST, what are the prerequisites? Endpoint, request body, authentication, headers, methods, right? So here, first point. Destination application or else target application or else target instance or else target tool, whatever it might be. But write it like this: destination application, WSDL address. So here WSDL is it will act like an endpoint actually. Destination application, WSDL address. Next line, next point. Authentication details. Authentication details. Next one. Functional requirement. Functional requirement in bracket CRUD operations might be update, create, delete, all these things. Functional requirement. Okay. And last thing which you're going to note it down in the last class and last session and last notes actually, that is nothing but write it down. Difference between REST and SOAP. Difference between REST and SOAP. REST API and SOAP API. Okay. So this might ask in the interviews as well. Difference between REST API and SOAP API. Write it down. You can separate in a page actually. Left side is like in REST and right side is like in SOAP or something. Okay. In left side it's like an in REST. Abbreviation. Representational state transfer. REST is representational state transfer. Representational state transfer. Right side under SOAP. SOAP is simple object access protocol. Simple object access protocol. Next point under REST. It is architectural pattern. Architectural pattern. ARCHITECTURL. Architectural pattern. Under SOAP, second point, it is a protocol. It is a protocol. Next, under REST, third point, it works with plain text, XML, HTML, JSON, etc. I'll repeat again. It works with plain text, XML, HTML, JSON, etc. Okay. Under SOAP, third point, it works only with XML. It works only XML. Only with XML. Okay. Next point in REST. REST is loose coupling. REST is loose coupling. Okay. In under SOAP, SOAP is tight coupling. So here tight and loose is nothing but a security point of view actually. So if it is like loose now, it's like a kind of loose coupling will be there. So while coupling the things or as while wrapping the things, it is like a somewhat loose. But where we go for like a SOAP, okay, that is like a tight coupling. The security will be very high. Okay. Next, under REST, it can make use of SOAP. It can make use of SOAP because here we are using like an XML as well, right? So in SOAP we have like an XML, only XML we are using, but whereas in REST we are using like an XML as well, so it can make use of SOAP. So we can use SOAP as well in REST, but whereas in SOAP we cannot use REST. So that's the point. Write it down under SOAP. Cannot make use of REST. Cannot make use of REST. Next, under REST, under point, REST is more preferred than SOAP. More preferred. REST is more preferred than SOAP. Under soap, soap is less preferred than rest. Soap is less preferred than rest. Okay. Next, under rest, inherit security measures. Inherit security measures. So this is nothing but here. See here we have like, and we can inherit from the parent as well. Authentication thing. Okay. So if I go like an any of the thing. Okay, so here in authentication point of view, see he inherit from parent I have, right? So this option will not be available in SOAP. So in rest it will be available. Okay, in rest message we have like an inherit as well. We can inherit from the parent, but in SOAP we won't find that feature. In under SOAP, write it down. Defines its own security. Is nothing but we cannot inherit from the parent. Okay, defines its own security. Next line, next point under rest, requires less bandwidth, requires less bandwidth and resources when compared to SOAP. Required less bandwidth and resources when compared to SOAP. Under SOAP, write it down, requires more bandwidth and resources when compared to rest. When compared to rest. Next, rest doesn't define rest doesn't define too much standards like SOAP. Rest doesn't define too much standards like SOAP. Whereas in SOAP, SOAP defines standards. SOAP defines standards to be strictly followed because this is like an high security, right? So that is what they define like an standards as well. SOAP define standards to be strictly followed. And remember one more thing, in SOAP that the body will be like an it's like an HTML format actually. That is like an first it will be like an envelope. Okay, after envelope it will be like an header and later body and later insert. Okay, in insert the actual content will be available like in field values. Okay, before we show like an incident ID state all these things, right? So the all the stuff will be available in a kind of insert actually. So now we are done with the notes. We'll discuss about what is SOAP and how we are going to do, and finally difference between SOAP and REST. So we have only 1 minute left for this session.